Cancer risk is hiding in your kitchen. These 3 foods could be making it worse. Hey, Dr. Amy here, and as an 8-year cancer survivor, I've seen the impact that your food can make on your cancer remission and recovery. In this video, I'm showing you 3 common foods that are linked to higher cancer risk. You probably have them in your home right now. So whether you're newly diagnosed, in treatment, or even years out from your cancer diagnosis, this video is for you. These foods don't just impact long-term health. They increase inflammation, they interfere with healing, and they make treatment side effects even worse. Let's get into what you need to know right now and what swaps you can make instead. Starting with number 1, processed meats. There is no way to sugarcoat this. Processed meats have clearly been linked to a higher risk of cancer. They're actually classified as a group 1 carcinogen. That's the same category as tobacco and asbestos. Now, that does not mean if you have a slice of bacon or if you smoke a cigarette, you're going to get cancer. But it does mean if you repeatedly have that habit over time, you're at a significant increased risk of getting cancer. Processed meat includes anything like deli meat, hot dog, sausage, or pepperoni. These meats have been changed through processes like salting, curing, or fermentation. And during that process, harmful chemicals can form. And these chemicals can damage your cells and increase the risk of cancer. Eating just 50 grams of processed meat every single day increases your risk of cancer by about 18%. That's significant, especially for those of us who've already had cancer and want to do everything on our power to lower the risk. A woman that I work with inside the Cancer Freedom Program went all in eliminating processed meat from her diet. She removed all red meat and all processed meats. But she ended up at her best friend's birthday party. And at that birthday party, she felt like she needed to skip all of the food, the charcuterie board, the alcohol. She felt isolated and like she couldn't participate. She was trying to protect herself, but it ended up feeling like she didn't belong. And here's the reality. Occasionally, having processed meat is not the danger, but daily habits are absolutely the risk. You do not want processed meat to be part of your regular routine, but having it once a year is not going to significantly increase your risk. Okay, on to number 2, sugary beverages. Let's talk about something that might be sitting in your fridge right now. Sugary drinks. This includes soda, pop, juice cocktails, iced tea, even sugary coffee sweeteners. Sometimes even healthy kombuchas can contain more sugar than a chocolate bar. Sugary drinks contribute to weight gain. And here is exactly why that matters. Being overweight or obese is linked to 13 different types of cancers. This includes breast cancer, endometrial, colorectal, kidney, and pancreatic cancer. Sugary drinks are one of the biggest hidden sources of sugar in your diet. Now, when you eat sugar in solid foods, like a slice of cake, your body gets some clues to slow down when it starts feeling full. But when you drink sugar, the same cues don't really happen. You can easily consume 200 to 300 calories and actually feel hungrier than you did to begin with. This is a sneaky trap that leads to people overeating. But when I was personally going through chemo, I found myself reaching for either a juice or a smoothie just so I could get something in me. I thought I was gonna be doing something healthy, but often I didn't check the label and then later found out that sometimes there's 30, 40, or even 50 grams of sugar in a small container. That's more than a can of Coke. One of the breast cancer survivors that I work with inside of the Cancer Freedom Program was trying to lose weight after she finished treatment. She had swapped her lattes for smoothies. She thought that this would be a healthy swap, but those smoothies had 60 grams of sugar. Once she made the shift to start drinking water or herbal tea instead, she began to lose a lot of weight. Plus, her hot flashes significantly improved. Sugary drinks are sneaky, but they're totally within your control. You absolutely do not have to go cold turkey. Start by swapping 1 per day. Replace it with water or an unsweetened tea. You might even like sparkling water or lemon water. Small changes lead to big wins. Okay, but on to the next one. BBQ Foods. Now, this one is a little controversial. For many people, the barbecue season is particularly sacred. But If we want to talk about your cancer risk, we need to talk about grilling, specifically charring meat at a high heat. When you cook meat over an open flame, like a grill or a barbecue, you're creating harmful chemicals. These are compounds known as HCA or heterocyclic amines. There are also compounds known as PHA, which are polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. This happens when fat from meat drips down onto an open flame and creates smoke that sticks to your food. Studies in animals have shown that food containing these compounds actually result in increased DNA damage and lead to a higher cancer risk. But let me be clear about this. Grilling all foods occasionally is not the problem here. The problem is what type of food you grill and how frequently. Blackened meat that are heavily charred and crispy, these are going to carry a much higher risk of cancer. But if you grill over a lower heat or grill vegetables, this has a much lower risk of cancer. Now, after I finished chemo, I was sensitive to different smells and textures in foods, and grilled meat was definitely one of them. But many cancer survivors still really love barbecue season. And that's okay because there are smarter ways to grill. The easiest solution is to create a marinade for your meat before grilling. This actually helps to reduce the amount of HCA that sticks to your meat. Use a marinade that's slightly acidic, like lemon juice or vinegar, to prevent those compounds from sticking. You can also use spices like rosemary or garlic because they're packed with antioxidants. When you're grilling, grill over a lower heat, flip your food frequently, and avoid charring. Better yet, grill vegetables or plant-based options because this has no risk of cancer. It's actually the fat drippings from meat that caused the compounds in the first place. One of the women I work with inside the Cancer Freedom Program loved grilling pork chops every weekend. But when I started talking to her about the risk of barbecuing, she made the swap to start grilling vegetables instead. Portobello mushrooms or bell peppers. She still has that barbecue experience without the increased risk of cancer. Okay, but look, you don't need to completely give up barbecue. Just be mindful. Reduce the char, add more vegetables, and enjoy. Okay, so now that you know these 3 foods that significantly increase your risk of cancer, here's what you need to do next. Start by looking at the liquids you're drinking. Is there added sugar in there? Swap it out to something that's more hydrating and will support your healing.
Hey, Dr. Amy here. Want to interrupt this video to give you a little bit of cancer recovery and remission advice. If you really want to fully and completely recover from cancer, really close the door on cancer for good, well, then you have to get a plan in place. Okay, that's why I'm linking up below the 30-day anti-cancer plan. Now, this is a step-by-step guide of exactly what you need to do with your food, your exercise, your mindset for the next 30 days. This is a brilliant place to start, and you can get started instantly today. Click the link below.
Okay, but look, if you want very clear strategies on exactly what to eat every single day, then I'm gonna link up this next video for you here. Click the link here, and I'll see you in the next video.